Hey, how you doing? My name is Alibaba.
He's at the forefront of stand-up comedy in Nigeria.
I had to use all my energy to get people to recognize and appreciate the fact that stand-up comedy was something that needed to be recognized and appreciated.
For him, laughter is a serious business.
As comedians, we have gotten accolades. People have come to agree that we're contributing something to the society.
This week on African Voices, meet Atunyota Alleluia Akporo Bomerere, also known as Alibaba, one of Nigeria's leading comedians, master of ceremonies, and radio presenters.
If Nigerians are properly dressed, when they come to events, you will know. Hey! Anna, how are you? Yeah, okay, you're cool, eh? Well done, yeah, we're here. Myself and my wife, well done, yeah. Yeah. It's occupied, right? Okay. This one's occupied. Let's go around the bar. But when they are not well dressed and they come to events, shit, is somebody there?
Comedian Alibaba was born in 1965 in the Delta state of Nigeria. In his formative years, he was a bright student.
My dad thought, he thought that, okay, because you are this good, you either become a lawyer or, what was the other one? You become a broadcaster. And but he was more concerned about me being a lawyer. So I went to the university and read religious studies and philosophy. My dad had read philosophy in Unilag while he was in the army. And so it was not a far-flung territory to religious studies and philosophy. And so I went and read that. In year 2, I discovered stand-up comedy. I discovered that I could make people laugh. And it happened by accident. I started as a heckler. So I sit in the show. As the event is going on, I just keep heckling whoever is on stage. That's how I found myself becoming a comedian. And gradually, it became clear that I needed to do better than just telling the jokes. It was really very challenging because I had to convince my dad. And my dad got wind of it and stopped paying my fees.
Alibaba convinced his uncle to pay his university fees, and he continued studying at the Bembel State University. It was then he started performing stand-up comedy at his campus.
The fame grew beyond school quarters, the school environment. So I was doing that in other schools. University of Benin, University of Lagos, University of Port Harcourt, and then some other shows that were organized by corporate bodies all around Nigeria.
After graduating with a bachelor's degree, Alibaba was able to use his education as a foundation for his comedy, with inspiration coming from an unexpected source.
At that time, my first encounter with a book that told anything about Shakespeare was the Lamb Tales from Shakespeare. And Lamb Tales from Shakespeare just scratched the surface. Because when I finally got wind, when I held on to a book, and it was a 12th night, I was sold out. The Romeo and Juliet followed, Julius Caesar, a Midsummer Night Dream, and the Taming of the Shrew, and I knew that there was a better way to express yourself with the same language that we call English than the ones that were just spoken. So I had to learn how to use the words more differently and better. That just made my performances different. So that when I'm telling a joke, I lay it out properly and set up the punchline in a way that will set you thinking.
Alibaba's introduction to Shakespeare led him to use other books as inspiration for his comedy.
All right, so I'm at CMS. This is the heart of the commercial activities in Lagos, and I come here to buy books. I've been buying books from these guys for nearly 22 years now. I buy books that I generally use to encourage myself, develop myself, how to perform, performance-enhancing books, strategy, skills, understanding corporate business. There are books about literature, books about poetry, and my Reader's Digest. You read the Time magazines, you get some ideas from it, you can use them for your political jokes. And then the political jokes help you when you're performing for state functions, you're entertaining Mr. President, and he has other presidents visiting. The materials you get from them help you with international relations and the jokes that you create around them. Because somebody has written this now, you can share it to some other comedians. Unless you come to this kind of place, you hardly find it in a bookshop. Welcome to this is what I call the Jokes Factory. These are the things that made Alibaba. There are quite a lot of stuff here. One that I need you to really be concerned about, this here. Here you have my Reader's Digest collection. And the thing with the Reader's Digest is that it opened me to understanding how the minds of people who are funny in other places are. This Points to Ponder will tell you about jokes, but it will tell you about funny stories that happened at a particular time. But there's another thing. In every Reader's Digest, you get snippets of jokes at the bottom like this. And it's like that all through every edition. And so this was one of my favorites, which is why I collected this at the time. Then, because I like to tell stories and read about people from different places, I went for National Geographic, which is why I said the places you couldn't go to for Reader's Digest and books, the National Geographic will take you to those places. This is the complete works of Shakespeare. This is the complete works of Shakespeare. It's a very treasured book for me. It's old. My wife has said I should go and bind it and renew it. I've said no. I like it like this. I read this book upside down, made notes, jotted down the stuff that I thought made sense. With a little as a web as this will I ensnare as great a fly as Cassio. Great books.
Alibaba's love of books has even seen him write his own.
After creating so many jokes, there was need to put some of them in writing. And so I did some of my original jokes and put them in a book form. I spend most of my time here. I could come in here to read for 2 hours and sleep off for maybe another 30, 40 minutes and wake up and continue to read.
After university, Alibaba's popularity as a stand-up comic grew quickly as he headlined more and more comedy shows. Eventually, he would branch out into a different form of communication.